welcome back to Pokemon FireRed Nuzlocke. It's me, Phoenix Diluted. I know I didn't even say my name in the first 2 episodes, I'm pretty sure, but it's me. Don't believe me? Look at the channel. We're still grinding. Lo and behold. Look at that. Last time I talked about some of my college, and I think I ended it off on how I still have another year to go and in summer before I can get my associates, and that is because I have had so much math to get through. I had a ass load of math to get through before I can get my associates. So let me put this into perspective. When I first got into college, I had to take, just college algebra. They made me take the lowest level because in high school, I think I had finished pre-cal my senior year because I was behind a year in math. Don't ask why. So they just put me in college algebra. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So put this in perspective. I looked up like a general engineering curriculum for this college, and for you to graduate with your associates, you would just need Calculus 1. Which seems like, standard, most engineers, just Calculus 1, that's really all you kind of need. Me, I need to go past Calculus 3 into derivatives and equations. So, I would need to take calculus, God, I am tongue twisted right now. I'm sorry, it's hot in here. That's my excuse. So, I would need to take college algebra, then trigonometry, then pre-cal, regular calculus, calculus 2, calculus 3, and then derivatives and equations before my associate is done. That's 7 classes. So if you do the math, if you just did fall and spring classes for 2 years, that's only 4 semesters. So my extra year is going to be consistent of this summer, and then the fall and the spring again. So yeah, that's just what I have to deal with. And speaking of deal with, I will be right back for a second. My apologies. I had some recording issues there for a second, I thought, and it's fixed. Okay. At least I hope most of them are fixed. Okay, so, I just kind of beat that Pidgey there for a second. So, where was I? Right, I had a lot of math to get through. But, luckily for me, I am blessed with the ability to do math. Like, I'm actually pretty good at math. The one thing I am not good at, though, is English! Oh god, I suck at English! I'm so bad, it's one of those things that my brain just can't wrap my puny head around. Because, like, it just, there's they give you, like, quote-unquote formulas, standards to, like, this is how you write an essay or whatever, and I follow them, and I somehow still make bad grades in English somehow. I luckily was able to pass with an A my first semester of English, so my overall GPA is still a 4.0. I don't understand how, but it is. So, but yeah, with my degree plan, I luckily only have to take 1 year of English. Thank God. Because like I said, I'm awful at English. Jesus, why are these Pidgeys? They always crit. But yeah, I'll be taking, I don't know if I already said this already, but I'll be taking Calculus 1 this semester, which I'm really excited for because I finally get to take a math that I haven't before. So I finally get to learn something new, and I get to apply myself. Unlike before where I was doing trigonometry and pre-cal, and college algebra, which just, linear equations or quadratic equations. Real most of the time. So luckily for me, I get to do something. Time to hydrate. Thank you, Bubbles. Once again, doing me good. Okay, now kill this bird. Put it in the ground. Thank you, buddy. Ah, yes, level 8. I think I want to get them all to like level around 8, I would think. Would be best. For right now. Not Pidgey. I'll train Pidgey up above where I can get the bugs. And even though I only have Tackle though, I'll just switch him out. But, other things about college, I guess, while I'm on the subject of it. The college I'm at, it's good. It's nice, I would say. Even though we've had some fucked up things happen at the college, like, apparently, like, we got some racists at our college? I'd rather not say in particular what happened, because you could probably find out what college I go to based on the event, I would say. I'm just gonna say, someone got beat up in the parking lot. Like, they got real messed up in the parking lot. And that's all I can really disclose. Can't say anything about why, or who, or genders or anything, but there's probably a lot of college stories about getting beat up in parking lots, so I'll probably be okay there. But, you know, I personally have had nothing too bad happen to me. As for professors, I've had, like, really good professors, including my math professor, which, by the way, I've had since college algebra, and she's going to carry me all the way to Calculus 3. She's just so good. It's not because she's, like, easy or anything, she's just a good professor. If, like, you guys went to this college, I would 1000% recommend this to you. Recommend her to you. But, yeah, she's great. And I've only had one problem with the professor, and that was my first engineering class. My, like, introduction to engineering professor. My campus, my specific school, it has a whole bunch of campuses around different areas of Texas. So, for engineering, they didn't have anything offered at the one I was at, so I had to take it online at a different college, which I thought would be fine, because like it's online. I did have to go to their campus once, because they had a specific computer program on their computers in the library that they didn't have at mine, so I'm like, okay, that's like the only thing I had to do. But my professor, I didn't have problems with her until the very end, nearest the semester. We had one project, we had one assignment, I should say, that it was the one I had to go to their school to do on the computer, and it involved, like, I couldn't really understand it, and like all the information that she gave on our portal website, like PowerPoints, notes, etc., didn't really explain it too well. I had found it in our textbook, and it didn't explain it too well either. So I just kind of emailed her. I'm like, hey, do you by chance have any other information on this? I've looked through the textbook and through like all your notes that you provided, and I'm still having a little bit of trouble. And you know what this woman says? What she emails back to me? No. Just like, no, I provided enough information for you. I'm just like, oh yeah, of course you gave enough information for me. That's why I'm asking you for help. No! I'm asking you for help because I do not understand. So, yeah, I was pretty furious about that. But luckily for me, There's, I came into the computer lab, the library thing, and picked a computer, and it just so happened that someone from the same class sat next to me and started working on their project, or working on the project as well, and we hit it off, and like, it was so convenient. He really didn't know what was kind of going on either, but together we kind of like pieced it together. Like I filled in holes that he didn't understand, and he filled in some holes that I didn't really understand either. So together, like, we just filled each other's. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. So if I remember correctly, Matthew, if you're out there, you know which Matthew you are, and if you see this, thank you, dude. You helped me out. And that's not the only problem. You know, if it was just kind of that problem, like, it would still be kind of, like, shitty. But that's not the only problem either. Oh, no, no, no. As with most college classes that you'll come across, you have a project, a group projects to do. I know, it's amazing. Because, you know, in theory, they're great. Oh, you get to work with people, you get to, you know, work on being a group with people like you'll do in the real world. It's great, it's amazing. But just like communism, it's a bit different when you put it into practice. It's a bit different. So we had this project, and our specific project was to create a piece of furniture that was multi-use that could be put in something like college, like tiny college dorms and stuff. Which doesn't seem too bad. You know, you had to do like, you had to look up production cost of like materials, how big would it be, how many uses does it have, what would be like some size, some price comparisons from like other companies, like, I don't know, something like IKEA that does some things that are similar. So we get this project, right? And as most things happen, immediately just one partner doesn't even answer anything. Either like they left it like the beginning of the class and the teacher just didn't notice, or they just straight up didn't message us about anything at all. So like they just went off the deep end. So I'm like, okay, that's great. I think we were given 5 partners to begin with, so that one automatically dropped off. So we're left with 4. Me, a girl, and 2 other guys. Now, as soon as I got paired with these people, this one dude who like didn't understand anything about this class would message me and text me constantly about not even like the project, just about like answers to like homeworks and assignments. And I'm like, dude, you're annoying the crap out of me, please. Like, I helped him in the beginning because, you know, like, we're partners and shit, but like at one point I just started ignoring his text unless they're about projects. And then the other dude, just, he would reply to stuff occasionally, but he just didn't do anything. And I'm like, and for the dude who didn't really understand anything and would constantly hound me about like answers and stuff, he didn't really do anything either. He did more than the other dude, but not a lot. And then the girl, actually, she did stuff. She actually did her, like, you know, stuff that, like, that was good. So for me to, like, catch these guys or whatever, just to, you know, hey, professor, these guys didn't do anything and I have proof. I would basically I would make them put their name next to things that they did in our shared group document. To be like, okay, this is stuff that we did. And every, like, week or so, I would save the document to, like, show, to have progress. And by the end of it, the girl partner who actually did something, she did she did the PowerPoint and some of the notes in the doc that we did. I did most of the document. I'm talking like 70%, 70 to 80%, which sounds like a lot and sounds like she didn't do much, but she did the entire PowerPoint, so that's good on her. And so that leaves to like 20 to 30% that these guys just kind of lazied around and did like a couple sentences. So I had all this, you know, I had chat logs and stuff. I had everything that, like, you know, shows these guys just not doing their work at all. And so I emailed this to her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, thanks, I'll get right on it." I'm like, "Yes, sweet, sweet satisfaction." And for me being like the snoopity snoop that I was, I had made 100 for the project. I made 100 on the project, which I'm like, great, awesome, thank goodness. And just for me being a snoop, I messaged them being like, "Hey, what did you guys get for the project?" And the dude who didn't do like anything, I'm talking like 5% of the work, he's like, "Yeah, I got an 80. What? An 80? This man's got an 80 for doing no work? He got a passing grade for doing nothing?" And then from that point on, I hated that professor. I hope I never have to take her again. I hope that like she doesn't teach any other engineerings that I have to take again, but she sucked. You know what also sucks? I'll have to see you guys next time on Pokemon FireRed NUZLOCKE. Professors are horrible.